Welcome to Boys episode 186. I'm Robby Ray.
I'm Josh. I had no witty remark for the number this time.
Not this time. You're slipping. You're tired. You're jet lagged.
Dude, am I ever?
Me too.
Yeah.
I was living on that LA time for almost a week.
You only had to fly just in. That's the one. I flew. Right. I took a train from OKC to Dallas, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
Weird people on the train.
Yeah.
And then a plane from Dallas to Orlando.
Okay, that's a good flight. How long is that?
2.5 hours.
Oh, that's okay. That's pretty
and then a plane from Orlando to Atlanta. And then a plane from Atlanta to Dallas.
Oh, my gosh. And then how'd you get back home?
A van full of stinky
rock and roll dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew. A lot of traveling.
Dude, I'm telling you. So I did Oklahoma City to San Francisco to Anaheim. Stayed there for 6 days.
Wait, you flew into San Francisco?
Uh-huh. Yeah, there wasn't a direct flight, so we had to fly up to San Francisco and then straight south to Anaheim. Did the NAMM thing, the North American Music Merchants Conference.
You figured it out.
I think I still don't know for sure.
I think it's Mayhem. I'm probably wrong.
It's North American Methods of Mayhem Convention. It's just Tommy Lee and those other guys.
And the other guy.
Do you remember their song Get Naked?
That was the only song, wasn't it? Get Naked!
I mean, I think they had an album.
And the video is him on a bed naked with Pamela Anderson.
Or a Pamela Anderson lookalike.
And they were flipping through, and there was like parodies of MTV shows. Yes,
right? and he kept acting like the remote was his ding-dong.
Yeah.
And it was like a huge, comically oversized remote.
Yeah.
I've seen his ween. He's packing.
I've seen the video. Didn't he steer a ship with it or something?
He did. And that's when you know that you're well endowed.
But you can steer a fucking ship.
Yeah, I can't even, paddle a canoe with mine, let alone steer a yacht. But hey, I digress. Had a great time at NAMM.
Yeah.
We're going to talk all about that. We're going to talk about your trip. We're going to talk about a lot more. We have a lot of important things on this very, very special episode. But first, some advertisement. BoysPodcast.com. It's a hub of all things boys. There you will find links to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as the golden donate button. If you listen week after week, you want to shoot us a few bucks, a few ducats, a little Skrilla, a little cheddar, some Benjamins.
Digital ducats.
Oh, I like that. It's got a ring to it. Almost sounds like a Deftones song.
It does.
Right?
Digital ducats.
Yeah, head over to BoysPodcast.com. You can find everything there, etc., etc.
Boys is available on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify. On Spotify, search us all one word, all lowercase, Boys Podcast. There you'll find every single episode of this amazing show. Also, leave a review on iTunes. Subscribe everywhere it's possible on the web of the net.
Oh, all right, Dad.
Subscribe.
You know what's lame, though? When people say interwebs.
Interwebs.
Hey.
It's the same people that say sports ball, and I've been known to say sports ball.
Yeah. Or people that, like, I saw a funny meme today, and it was like, and I'm probably going to fuck it up, but it was something about, like, do you remember when people wore shirts that said things about bacon and mustaches, and they thought that gave them an identity?
Yeah.
That was cool, huh? Like, epic bacon, bro. Hey, epic bacon. I must ask you a question.
Oh, boy.
I'm so glad we're out of that. On the other hand, I think it's just gotten worse.
It's getting worse.
I'm going to go steer a ship with my dick and forget about it.
I saw a lot of those kind of shirts.
Dick ships?
Not dick ships. Bacon, beard. A lot of women wearing... You're in an airport. You're going to see all kinds of shit.
Dude, the airport is like the ultimate catch-all. I played a really fun game in the Anaheim airport.
Yeah.
Because after we landed, we had to, figure out the rental car situation, all that, walking around the airport. I think we even grabbed a bite to eat before we left the airport. We were all so hungry. I like to play a rousing game.
You had to get that overpriced
Subway.
cheeseburger.
Yeah. I like to play a rousing game of porn star.
Yeah.
Especially in California, because they're flying in, getting fucked, and flying out.
And this isn't a video podcast, though, but you had to see it. It's the shrug shoulders up like that emoji. What's that emoji? The
Shrug? Yeah. It's
Porn
a fun
star?
game. Try it. Next time you're in, like, it really only works in California. Like, you wouldn't do it in, like, North Dakota or, like, Boise, Idaho.
Maybe in, like, Nevada.
Yeah. Las Vegas, I'll give you that. Yeah.
Florida, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. So you got your bi-coastal porn stars, and you got Las Vegas. Anywhere else? I think that's it, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't like New Hampshire. Are you gonna do it there?
Oh, a New Hampshire porn star.
Nah.
Is that how they talk up there?
Boston? I don't know. Email us, boys@boyspodcast.com. Send us some feedback. Put your physical address at the bottom of the email. We'll send you out some free stickers. We got a lot. Listen, I ain't screwing around here. We got a lot of stuff to give out, and we want it in the hands of our listeners. So shoot us, comments, questions, concerns, criticisms, guest ideas, topics, whatever's on your mind. Shoot it over, boys@boyspodcast.com.
I like reading email.
I
I
do
want to
too.
read your email.
Yeah.
Thanks to our sponsors, Anthem, anthembrewing.com. I love the slow crack of a cold Anthem.
How many times have you cracked an Anthem on the show?
Well,
We're on 186. How many times would you say that you successfully cracked the Anthem
they
at the
became a
perfect moment?
sponsor on the
Fifth
episode?
Something like that?
I've probably successfully cracked 100. I'm going to say 150 to 175 anthems.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I mean, not...
Oh, wait,
not,
wait, hold on, wait. For the show, or how many have I cracked while recording the show?
No, just for the intro.
Probably 100.
Just to capture that
Now, how
Foley
many-
work.
Probably about 300 anthems I probably drank on this show.
Phew, dang.
It's a lot of anthems. About to have a sip right now.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking the Urabura Stout. It's now the season.
Yep.
It's getting cold, and I'm not trusting the weather man or the weather app. It used to be
Weather person, Josh.
you can't trust the weather person on the TV because they'll say one thing and it'll be another.
Right.
Now you can't trust the app because my app today said it was going to be 62 degrees. It didn't get above damn 31 today.
It was cold.
So it's time to grab a nice Anthem Urabura Stout. Put it to your lips. You can go to the tap room at 908 Southwest 4th Street. Get this beautiful beer on draft. Put it to your lips. And other stouts and other beers for the winter season.
It's a smorgasbord of flavor. That's their new tagline.
AnthemBrewing.com. A smorgasbord of flavors. Fat Bison. FatBison.com. You've heard us talk about them. Makes great wood, signs, furniture, trinkets, doodads, recliner. What was it? What do we call it?
I forget. Just my chair board.
Lap tray.
A lap board.
A lap board.
Laptop tray board.
Oh, you know what he should do? And I'm giving this to you, the customer, the listener, soon to be customer. Do you remember TV trays?
Oh, yeah.
Fat Bison, I'll say this right now. Fat Bison will make you a TV tray emblazoned with whatever you want on it.
A beautiful insignia, a border.
Sure. A quote, maybe.
Anything you want.
Do you have an anniversary coming up? Valentine's Day is coming up. Buy your loved one.
Exactly. Don't scratch your initials into a tree with a heart around it like a god dang rube.
That's so passe.
So rube. Have Matt do it. Have Matt scratch your initials into a cured piece of American gold. I'm talking wood.
Matt Scratch Fever. He'll...
Matt Scratch Fever. Terrible Nugent.
FatBison.com. Champion Vintage, champion _vintage _OKC on Instagram. Check that out.
Lastly, thank you for the donations, the feedback, the telling of a friend. I say it week after week. This show thrives on word of mouth. Take your mouth, make some words, put it in your friend's ear. Hey, give these knuckleheads a listen. We'd really appreciate it. And without that, what's the point? Let's be honest. So tell a friend, and thank you if you have told a friend. I'm seeing the rumblings.
Oh, yeah.
I'm seeing the goings on. I see those likes creeping in, those follows. I love it.
The new
If
names
only
popping up.
to stroke my ego
And my dig.
on a ship while I'm steering with my weenie.
Speaking of steering your weenie, steer your fingers over to your telephone app on your phone and call area code 405-582-0242. That's our hotline. When you call that, you kids may not remember, there used to have these things called hotlines. When you call it, it's going to ring, and then it's going to stop. And you're going to hear Robbie's voice. Now, that's not him on the line.
No.
That's a pre-recorded message.
Dude, I love technology.
We call an outgoing message.
OGMs, baby.
OGMs. And you're going to hear a beep. After that beep, let it fly. I'm leaving the door open to you.
And we might play it on the show if it's worth a shit. And it probably will be. Don't sell yourself short. Call. You can do the same thing with the email that you can do on the phone. Like I said, little feedback.
Did you ever call radio station?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot.
Were you ever nervous?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, and then hang up. Don't hang up. Just leave the message.
I used to call radio stations quite often as a kid. I won things a couple times.
What's the coolest thing you won on a radio station?
I won tickets to the Monster Truck Slamma Jamma Bamboree at the Oklahoma City Fairgrounds.
Hell.
I did not go, but I won the tickets.
I got those tickets. Did you have to go to the station? And
I was young, and my dad wouldn't. Well, not that he wouldn't take me. Whatever.
I'm surprised your dad loves a bargain. I'm surprised he didn't. Hell, Rob, these are free tickets.
He does, and he loves the smell of an engine. So we should have been there, but that's okay. I won the tickets. I took the tickets out of the hands of another person that would have went and enjoyed themselves, but instead I stayed home.
Because you're an anarchist that way.
I do. You know what? I march to the beat of my own drum, and we'll talk about that later. Got a whole lot to say about that.
Drum beating.
Lastly, we have some dad hats. We have some T-shirts. Listen, I'm going to be totally honest. I've been slipping. I need to get our merch up online. But I'm just lazy, and I haven't. But if you want something, just hit us up through Instagram.
You're also a busy boy.
I'm a busy guy. I'm a dad. I'm a boy. I'm a man.
I love that song.
Hit us up through Instagram at Boys Podcast, Twitter at Tweets of Boys, Facebook /Boys Podcast, YouTube. Just search Boys Podcast. Maybe throw in the word Oklahoma to find our channel. We're rising the ranks. We're getting there. Hit us up if you want anything. But we got new stuff on the way. I think I'm going to wait to launch anything official until we got some restock. But we do have some hats left. We have a couple sweatshirts, a couple T-shirts, stickies, buttons, you name it. We got it. And it can be yours if you hit us up. One more thing I want to talk about before we get to the show.
Yep.
So we had a buddy who went through some pretty serious health. I don't even know if I'd call him a health issue. It's more like a health catalog.
Yeah. So it's pretty serious. I mean, he's still kind of going through it.
Also, he was on the show not too long ago.
Episode 133, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Jake Stinson, friend of the show, friend of us, had a real serious run-in with mortality. I'm not really exactly sure what I should and shouldn't say. If you know Jake, you probably know what's going on. But he is he's not. I guess he's part of it. He's going to be there in spirit. But they're throwing a benefit show for him.
Yeah.
You got the info on that?
Yeah, Jake Stinson's benefit show. It's Saturday, January 25th. So when this airs, when this posts,
it's that Saturday.
It's that Saturday at 10 p.m. at the Blue Note. A couple bands. There's a band called Alumnus, The Lost End, Speak Memory, Elderly Smackdown. I love that name.
I do like the name.
I love that.
I got
name.
a little chuckle when I read that name. It worked, baby.
It's great. Happy Gentle Heart and limited edition 2 Snake shirts will be available. Also, Old Blood Noise Endeavors and who we work for, Key Electronics, we're donating a pedal to be raffled off. All proceeds go to his medical bills. He went through his heart surgery.
Successfully, right?
Successfully.
Yes.
Came out on top. But, anytime with surgery, it's...
You know what it's called? The road to recovery.
That's very true.
He's on that road. That old dirt road.
And let's help him go down that old town dirt road and recover with 100%.
Yes. Well, when I heard about it, man, and I don't want to divulge too much information. I don't know really, again, what I should and shouldn't say, but I heard about what was going on, and to be honest, it was sounding pretty bleak.
Yeah.
Like the bleakest.
Yeah.
As bleak as you can be. But he had a successful surgery, and we're hoping, praying, saying for Jake. He knows we love him. I know you love him.
Oh, yeah.
We all love him. What a sweet guy. He brought us pizza, man.
Yeah.
If that tells you anything.
Yeah.
He shows up with a large, delicious pizza.
That's the kind of guy he is.
It's that hashtag Happy Gentle Heart. If you search that on Instagram, you'll see all of his photos. He has really turned his life around in the last few years, lost a shitload of weight, sobered up, getting healthy.
Yeah.
But always, even in the old days, he was always so positive and just a beacon of beautiful golden light in my life and in the lives of many others. So it's time to give back. So Saturday it is. It'll be the time.
Be there.
Speaking of time, it's time to
start the show.
The show? It's time.
Austin Powers.
Zip it. All right, we're going to get right to the show. Thanks for letting us stammer through the ads. and we're going to get to the funny. On with the show. Okay, we're here with an incredible show tonight. I hope it's incredible. It's going to be somewhere in between incredible and forgettable.
I mean, that's a pretty broad spectrum, right? I mean,
Yeah, we're going to fall somewhere, hopefully right in the middle, hopefully leaning more towards incredible. But as we kind of said in the intro, we were both traveling last week, and did you return yesterday?
I returned yesterday.
As did I.
And boy, were my arms tired. But they were tired. Actually, my legs were tired because I did a shit ton of walking.
Yeah.
You know, everyone has that app on. If you have an iPhone, it's a heart. You click on it.
The health app.
Health app. Tells you how many steps you walk. Guess how much I walked in one day?
How much?
18,555 steps. Guess how much I walked in the other day? 22,000 steps.
And how many miles was that?
I don't know. A lot.
Okay. Yeah, that's
It's
a lot of miles.
of walking.
Yeah, that is, dude. I checked my health app, oddly enough, the last day of NAMM, and I, on average, walked about 5 miles a day.
That's
Which,
real good.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't sound crazy, but that's a lot of walking and being on your feet for like 10 hours straight.
Lifting,
Moving, talking, listening,
smoking,
demoing,
snorting,
shooting, popping. Yeah, it was a crazy experience, man. This is my fourth time to go to the Winter NAMM, which is in Anaheim, as I said previously, and it might have been our best one yet.
You know, that's what I saw y'all post. See, I was following you guys while I was doing my thing, and it looked exciting. It looked bumping. It looked very positive. It looked like a lot of smiles. People were loving the shit we had there.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It was great. I guess I'll go ahead and jump right in though. So, I kind of came to terms with something on this trip.
What's that?
Well, I don't drink.
I am very aware.
So, in the past, sometimes
AnthemBrewing.com, by the way.
Hey, more for y'all. That's I'm hawking it, you drinking it. All right. I kind of came to terms with something that this time I'm not gonna go to the parties and the bars because nobody wants that guy that's like looking at his watch and like bored. Even if I'm there and I'm not being like a downer.
You don't want to inadvertently bring the party down by not partying.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk about. I made the joke. I don't drink. I don't really like doing that or in mixed company because it's not about me.
Yeah.
Like I want you guys to have a good time. Go have a good time. I love you. I'll be here. I'll see you tomorrow. So this is the first work trip / NAMM. Every night after the show, I went to the hotel and Postmated food and had some downtime. Every night.
Every night?
Every night.
Did you change your cuisine up every night?
Every night.
Okay.
Yeah. One night I had pizza. One night the hotel was doing like a social hour.
Oh, so you go down to the old...
I went down to the old lobby, got myself a grilled hamburger and a grilled hot dog and some chips and a soda.
Take it right back up to the room?
No, actually I met Danny, one of our coworkers, downstairs, and we ate together. So I guess I did do something one night in the lobby of the hotel.
You ate a free burger.
Yeah. It was a delicious burger, loaded with tomatoes, lettuce, mayonnaise.
Can you divulge what hotel this was at?
Yes, I can. It's a fantastic hotel right next door to Disneyland. Disneyland. Okay, I always get it mixed up. Yeah. Called the Staybridge Suites, and they are dope. Great hospitality.
Also, really good 2005 emo band.
Totally, dude. Totally. They're on tour with Hawthorne Heights right now. And Kings to Blackbirds, Morning Forsaken, all the classics.
Great bands.
Love them.
Good bands.
So, yeah, I was just honest with the other guys. So 5 of us went out there, most of which partake a little bit in the boozing, not to excess or anything. But I just told the guys straight up, I was like, listen, guys, don't take this personal. But I'm just going to do my own thing. And I don't want to like bring the party down. So if y'all want to go party, and they did, go for it. One night, Rob and Aaron Tackett went to go see Fish. Or Trey Anastasio, the singer of Fish. I guess he has his solo band as well.
Okay.
So they went to see him one night. And I was like, peace, deuces, you guys have fun. I just went back to the hotel because let me tell you, at NAMM, all day you're talking over very loud music
Yeah.
all day, and there's a lot of people that are kind of close talkers, so you're getting like screamed at all day basically, and like kind of spittled on.
Do you wear earplugs there?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And
I would too.
most people that saw that I was wearing them was like, great call. Where'd you get those? I was like, fucking brought them from home, baby.
These are always on my person.
Yeah, they're in my bag, ready to be plugged in my ears. Don't look at me like that.
Other things in your bag that probably are ready to be plugged.
Yeah, I left those in the dishwasher at the hotel. Damn it. Anyways, so yeah, I did my own thing, man. So one night I had pizza.
Yeah.
And but man, it was really nice. So after the long day of NAMM, also we walked back and forth from the hotel to the convention center.
How far
every
was
day.
that? Like
a mile and a half.
Yeah, it's not far.
No. Well, actually, I'll take that back. We walked to the convention center every morning, but drove back.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day,
if you're tired.
yeah. But morning it was really nice because you walked right in front of Disneyland every day. You got to take in smells and sounds and sights. It's beautifully clean down there because it's Disney. They're gonna keep everything like
pristine.
real tight. Yeah.
Keep
So
them bums and hobos off.
So what was nice, dude, at the Staybridge Suites.
Yeah.
On 1050 Ball Road in Anaheim, California.
Address and everything.
I know it, dude. Every morning they had complimentary breakfast, and this wasn't yogurt and granola.
It wasn't a fucking
Banana.
The worst bagel you ever seen in your life, wrapped in a fucking Reynolds wrap.
Yes, it wasn't a flat bagel,
Yeah.
flat cold bagel. No, dude, this
It wasn't
was like
a mini box of Kellogg's.
no, dude, this was a full spread breakfast,
like legit bacon, eggs, all that shit.
everything, dude. Like pancakes, you could do pancakes, waffles. They had like fried eggs. They had scrambled eggs. They
And
had
this is free of charge.
all free, dude, all free. And I'll tell you this, even though I'm traveling, and it's on the company's dime when you travel for the company, you get a per diem or you get some meals paid for. The entire time I was gone from home, I spent $60 in 6 days, and that was all at one place. Can you guess where it was?
The weed store
The weed store
called Whedon.
Shout out to Whedon, Garden of Whedon, dope.
Oh, it's called Garden of Whedon.
No, it's just Whedon.
Okay.
But it was a dope store.
Well, you sent me a picture of it, and Whedon is spelled Weden, as if the S from Sweden just fell off the
just
building.
fell off the old marquee.
But it looked, man, I could already tell exactly what the interior was like and what music was playing through the.
All right, lay it on me.
So the interior, was it minimalist?
Very.
Wood, what do they call those? Like invisible shelves where they're just kind of like,
Bingo.
yeah, and the walls were painted one color.
Yep.
And the music was not loud, maybe something along the lines of like Shinzy, kind of like pop rock.
Okay, nope.
No.
That's why you're veering off
I'm
course
veering off a
here.
little too much.
It was reggae.
Or world music.
Yes.
I was going to say world music.
It was reggae. I think I heard some Sublime while I was in there.
Cool.
So it was like that kind of music, like Sublime and like
Yeah.
No Doubt. It was laid back. It was
Yeah.
cool. Great staff, wonderful selection, great prices.
I'm guessing it had a lounge area.
Yep, sure did.
2 couches facing each other and a coffee table.
Yep, a little water cooler, complimentary coffee. It was great. So I bought some. I guess it's not medicine there. I bought some weed.
I bought some fucking
I bought some
weed.
fucking weed, man. When in Rome. So yeah, I bought some edibles and I bought some THC balm. It was like a little jar of it. It was, and they had it on sale for $5.
Give it a try.
Dude, every night. So I'd get back to the hotel.
You've used the CBD balm before, right?
I have, and it's all right.
The THC, though, did the trick.
Dude. So every night after I get back to the hotel, I kind of had a regimen. I would unpack my backpack because I would have like business cards and just stuff I acquired throughout the day talking to people, like packets and stuff.
You'd run the dildo through the dishwasher.
Yes. Yeah. Pull it out of my ass, stick it in the dishwasher, and I would order Postmates. And Postmates usually takes, there it took about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'd hop in the shower real quick, scrub down, get all that spit and namthrax, as they call it, off of me.
Wash the day off of
Yeah,
you,
wash
you know?
the dick off, my lips. And so I would take a shower real quick, and then by the time I got out, got dried, threw on some deodorant, threw on some clothes. Oh, guess what? My Postmate is arriving soon. Oh, perfect timing. So then I would...
And it came right to your room, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know that because I've ordered Postmates before, but I always just
in the
assumed
lobby.
that you go down to the lobby. Well, the first night, my hotel room had a doorbell, which I thought was interesting.
Dope.
Yeah,
So it's like an apartment.
it was a full kitchen, like dishwasher, fridge, microwave, stove, dishes,
I mean, you're not
everything.
gonna cooking. I always wondered about that in the hotel. I'm like, I mean, I guess like if you're in town for like a week or whatever,
Yeah.
like you might make food.
I'm making a pot of beans. Y'all come over. It's got a crock pot. No, I didn't. But so yeah, that was my regimen. And then every night I would put some of that THC balm on my ankles,
That's not the word I thought you were gonna say. On my anus.
on my butthole. No, I'd put it on my ankles every night. And dude, that shit would start to tingle
Yeah.
and feel so good because a lot of walking, a lot of standing,
Yeah, yeah.
a lot of moving around. It was so nice, dude. And I'll tell you this, like, I thought about it. I was like, should I have went out? You know, because there's maybe the thought of like, hey man, you're only out there every so often.
Sure, and like and
live
just
it up.
Showing up is it says a lot, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Thing is though, dude, and I think so. I'm in charge of making the T-shirts for NAMM every year.
Yeah.
And I think next year on the back of mine, real big, it's gonna say, "Here for the show, not for the hang." Robbie Ray
I like it.
and the boys. But yeah, everybody did their own thing, kind of. I mean, there was like one night where a couple of the guys went out together, but we all kind of did our own thing most
Yeah.
nights. And then I got to be really comfortable with my decision, as far as like, I'm just doing me. And you know, yes, it's an awesome opportunity to go out there and see things and to check out all this music gear. And I had a great time doing
and like
that.
meet people, make connections in the biz and that kind of thing too.
I made some great connections this year, and I saw some people that I only get to see once a year.
Sure.
And it's great. But after about the third day of kind of doing my own thing, I was like really comfortable with it. I was like, no one cares. Like no one I work with is like, oh pussy. Like they know what's
Yeah.
up with me. And it's like,
because we don't work with like 22-year-olds.
exactly. We're all like almost 40.
Yeah.
So I'd go do my regimen. I'd eat. I'd watch a little TV or maybe like listen to a podcast on some headphones, walking
Okay.
around.
I'm following your story. You took a shower.
I did.
You're getting Postmates. You know you're going to stay in. What do you put on?
Well, it's just my normal like basketball shorts and a
Okay.
t-shirt.
I don't know if you like got fully dressed. You know, some weirdos do that. They'll get out of the shower and then get fully dressed
Yeah.
just to stay in. Like,
No.
you ain't going nowhere.
No, it was just a G-string and
Nice.
Uggs. Basically, that's my look.
And that's how you answer the door in the
Yeah,
Postmate?
yeah.
Oh, and you put on your, like a wig, right? Like a rocker wig? Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the mullet wig that I had from the Wayne's World costume.
Yeah.
It's great. So yeah, man, I realized that just doing my own thing felt so good. And to be totally honest, like after being in that environment for like 9-10 hours a day,
Yeah.
I really need to decompress. But what was nice, dude, is I woke up every morning raring to go, in a good mood,
Because you got a good night's
well-rested.
sleep. You weren't hungover.
Yeah.
You didn't smell like, even if you come home from a bar or a night of hanging out, even if you shower and go to bed, you can wake up and still kind of smell
Yeah.
the night before.
Well, it's
on
just
you,
in
you
your
know what I mean?
skin.
It's in you.
You know,
Yeah.
and you know, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go to a bar if I'm not drinking. Like,
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm like too good for it. Bars are fun. I get it. But I don't want to smell like smoke. I don't want to be the guy, like I said, checking his watch. Like, oh, we should be get going. Gotta get some rest.
Yeah.
I'm going to dad on my own dime, you know, on my own time and my own dime.
Yeah.
Dadding it up. It was wonderful though, dude. It was so nice to be honest and just do my own thing.
Just be real. This is the first year you did that, right?
It was. And it made for a better show because I was like all there, focused, ready to go.
Right.
Because I am representing a company and I
Yeah.
want to do
it's
my
work.
best.
It's a job.
Yeah. There were a lot of people, not in our booth, but there were a lot of people that you could tell like partied pretty hard every night.
Left the sunglasses on during the day. Hair's disheveled.
A little oily, maybe.
oily.
Little, yeah, disheveled hair, exactly.
Drinking a lot of like G2 Gatorade.
Yes. A lot of Monster Energy, I noticed. A lot of people downing Monster Energy
do that
there.
shit.
Yeah, dude. NAMM is amazing, but it's also disgusting. Just because the sheer amount of people there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't help it. Like the trash cans start overflowing. And, you know, they have a crew that's working their hardest, but you cannot keep up with the thousands upon thousands
Yeah.
of people that are packed into this huge convention center. But it was so great, man. Like I did a good job for work. I didn't have a moment. This was the first time that I didn't have a moment that somebody came up to the booth and asked a question and I didn't have a good answer for it. So I felt really confident.
Yeah,
with that.
that's awesome.
It was nice, man.
That's right.
So tell me about your trip.
So I didn't really party either. Usually, so I went to
No nose beers?
Huh?
No nose beers?
Nose beers.
You know, a little nose beer.
Oh, no nose beers. No snowing. So I went to see MXPX and 5 Iron Frenzy in Orlando and Atlanta. Homies with both of those bands.
You're pretty tight with them now.
They're nice. They're nice people.
Yeah.
They're great.
Good guys and gals.
Good guys and gal. Well, gals in the team. There's some
Right.
gals on the team.
Yeah.
So I found a really cheap flight via Spirit Airlines.
Okay, no, I've never flown Spirit.
I mean, you hear like it's a hack comedy punchline of Spirit Airlines. It's like flying a tin can in the sky or whatever.
Right, biscuit can.
It's the Greyhound of the sky.
Okay.
So I got it so fucking cheap I couldn't pass it up.
Now, what are we talking here?
Well, to fly from Dallas to Orlando, Orlando to Atlanta, Atlanta back to Dallas, all of that was $100.
That's peanuts, man.
It's ridiculous, is what that is.
Yeah.
But the only downside is I have to find a way to get down to Dallas. And Diana was like, well, I could just drive you. I'm like, no, I need to take a day off work for that.
Very nice.
Or
Nice
I
offer.
could drive my car to the airport. I'm like, do I really want to drive for 3 hours?
And then you have to pay for that fucking parking,
Which
dude.
is
It's
like $60 a day or
it's
some
ridiculous.
shit. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Dawned on me, fucking Amtrak.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to hop on a train. $31 for an Amtrak ticket from Oklahoma City
Nice.
to Dallas. It's 4 hours, about an hour longer than you would be in a car.
Yeah, but you're kicking back.
Literally kicking back.
Now, let me ask you, what did you do on the train
Well,
besides masturbate?
my wife drove me to the Amtrak, the Santa Fe Depot.
Okay.
We stopped in at Kitchen 324, got a nice little treat.
That's a nice little treat of the road.
Yeah, got myself a pastry,
Mhm.
a blueberry strawberry Danish,
Nice.
and a cup of pour over coffee.
That sounds
And
great.
I was going to eat that on
great
the train
right now.
but I scarfed that while she was waiting on hers.
Yeah.
Like a true asshole. I just ate all my shit. So she dropped me off. It was really nice. I thought I was going to have the entire car to myself because it was empty as fuck.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, it takes off at 8:25. It's 8:20. And there's no one on here. 8:24.
Okay.
A slew of I don't even know. I want to call it neckbeard. What's like underneath a neckbeard?
Like worse than neckbeard or better than a neckbeard?
Worse than a
Worse
neckbeard.
than like a basement dweller?
Like a couple of basement dwellers came
Okay.
on, and they're all wearing the same logo on either like a hoodie or a T-shirt,
Okay.
and they all had lanyards with like laminates on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my headphones on. I downloaded Overdrive, which is a great app that links to the Metropolitan Library System.
Oh, really?
And I downloaded an audiobook of Todd Barry's Thank You for Coming to, I forgot the name of the city.
Is this free?
Free.
Overdrive?
Overdrive.
I'm writing it down.
Free audiobooks. It's dope. So I'm listening to this thing, and I start seeing these fucking neckbeards get on the train. And I see that logo, and the train goes, and I keep seeing more of that logo. I'm
Mhm.
like, well, maybe they're going to like, let me see maybe it's a band. I don't know.
Right.
And I look up what it is,
Mhm.
and it's a con. It's like a
Like a comic book convention?
gamer con.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Called PAX.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
PAX
Right. Yeah,
Southwest,
totally.
whatever.
It's a video game con, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
video game. Yeah, GamerCon. So they're doing that. Nice enough sorts, but definitely virgins.
Okay.
You know what I mean when I
Right.
say that? Like,
Right.
Not if you want to wait till marriage, that's fine. But I'm saying these guys look like your quintessential 90s and a rom-com virgin.
Right. Would that be an incel?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little incelly. So I just listened to this book the entire way, looking out the window, just watching nature go by.
Oh, yeah.
It was great.
That's my favorite part of being in a plane.
Mhm.
I like getting that window seat
Mhm.
because I love seeing the landscape, especially when you're flying back into Oklahoma and everything's just a big grid.
Yeah.
And it looks so cool, especially
When you see like farmland. Yeah.
Yes, we flew in like, I don't want to say dusk, but it was right before dusk. It was like that golden hour, and it was just so beautiful.
Yeah. No, I like that too on planes. The first time I ever flew in a plane in like, I was like a kid, so I didn't give a shit. But when you first see that grid system, like, and it still boggles my mind, like how it's so precise.
It is. And I'm like, how much asphalt is this? How many roads?
Right?
It's crazy.
It's so much. So I get off the train station in Fort Worth, the connecting hub,
Mhm.
and I realize I have literally a minute and a half to get a pass to get on the light rail to go to the airport. But you can't buy it online. You have to get it at a booth.
Okay.
So I'm running to this booth with my backpack on, slogging around, And I'm trying to get to this kiosk. And there's a woman there. Hood up. Big. It's not bright at all. It's way overcast. Raining. No need for sunglasses. She's got those giant, like Scott Weiland style sunglasses on. You know?
I totally know what you're talking about.
And obviously drunk or something. And kind of like swaying back and forth like, and ask me if I know where the next blah, blah, blah train is. I'm like, no, I'm trying to get on that. You're in my way. Like, I'm like getting frustrated.
Yeah.
And so I buy a ticket, and she asked me to buy her a ticket.
Really?
Like, I'm not buying you a ticket.
Did she do this motion?
No, but there was some insinuation by her inflection. So I get my little ticket, $2. Hop on a light rail to the train.
Wait, you wouldn't buy her a $2 ticket?
I had literally $2 cash in my pocket. Like,
I wouldn't have either. I'm just asking.
Because that's the first step. And then it's, can I sit with you?
Right.
And then can you give me this and this and this?
Right.
So I get to the airport.
Then you're married with 2 kids and a mortgage.
And then I got a wife at home.
I know.
2 lives.
Whoa. So
get to the airport, which is fine. Fine little airport. Get in, get out, fly. That tail was fine.
Okay.
Get to Orlando. It's a little late early evening.
Okay.
It's dark. It's like 7:30 and dark. So I decide, all right, you know what? Unlike you, where you decide I'm just going to stay in, like, well, you know, it's 7:30. I'm not going to lay in this. It was basically a tiny house. And, you know, I'll drop my bag off.
You hit the streets.
And what do? I close the gate, pull out the old Google Maps, like, what's around here?
Yeah.
Let's go bar restaurant so I can grab a beer and a burger or something. And the dot is literally right next to my thing. So I start walking, and it's a block away from my Airbnb is this strip of just cool shit.
That's great.
It's so dope. So,
and where is this at?
This is Thornton Park, Orlando.
Okay.
I go into a bar. It's kind of a dive bar, but it was crazy busy, and no one talks to me. No one.
You're by yourself.
By myself.
That's a good feeling. I like that feeling.
Bartender doesn't even acknowledge me.
Oh, okay. I don't like that feeling.
No.
I do like the by yourself kind of lone wolf in it, though.
But then I start to look around, and I notice guys are talking to guys. Girls are talking to girls. And then I see rainbow flags everywhere. I'm like, oh, this isn't my turf.
Right.
I'm just going to bounce. And then I walk out, and then I notice, oh, this is like the gay neighborhood of totally fine.
So it's the gay district.
Gay district.
Cool.
Everyone's super cool.
These guys know how to party or what?
Yeah. So, and then I'm walking, and then I walk around, and I sent you a video of it. This giant fucking lake right next to that. It's the most beautiful walk.
Yeah.
They're just walking around this neighborhood. I'm like, well, you know, I guess I'll head back. You know, I don't really want to do a whole. Oh, I found when you pop on Google Maps, you put like bars nearby, and there's something called. I forgot the name of it. It's like a barcade.
Okay.
Like, well, that could be fun. I'll grab a beer and play some old video games. And I go into it. No one in it. It was like if Flashback Retro Pub was a dive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they had all these cool like collectors. I don't know where they got them. You know, cool stuff or whatever. And I had one beer, walked around, played a little Pac-Man, and then I tabbed out. She goes, "Just one beer?" I'm like, yeah, I just wanted to check out your spot. She goes, huh, okay. Like, why is everybody weird in Orlando, man?
What's
like,
going on?
Can a brother just get one beer?
Yeah.
Go back, go to sleep, watch some HBO, take a shower, do my thing. Another walk around. And that's where the next day is where the miles really kicked in. I thought, I'm going to sleep in. I don't have to be to that venue until sound check.
Yeah, you're living that rock star life, man.
3:30.
Yeah.
3:30. I can wake up at noon.
What time did you wake up?
6:35
Yep.
a.m.
Yep.
I set my alarm for 9. I woke up like almost 3 hours before my own.
And that's the worst. So the NAMM convention started at 10 a.m. every day. Well, the first day, we went the night before it started. Another Aaron that went with us, stellar guy, set up the entire booth by himself. He got there a day early to take care of some stuff.
Employee of the month right there.
Dude, we walk up and the booth is completely set up.
He set all that up?
Everything himself. So awesome. So, but we go to the convention center the night before just to because we thought we were gonna have to like set up the backdrop.
But then you could kind of get a lay of where you're at.
Exactly. Know
how
where to
close are the
park.
bathrooms? Yeah.
Yeah. And so we show up and we're maybe at the convention center for like 30 minutes because we're just like chilling in the booth, like looking at everything. And
Right.
then you do a lap basically. Just like, okay, I want to go check that out and that out and that out. And man, it was crazy. But yeah, so the convention starts at 10 a.m. every day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I set my alarm for 7:30 a.m. thinking, okay, 7:30, I'm going to go downstairs at 8, get a leisurely bite to eat, just chill, check my phone, you know,
Coffee or something, yeah.
do all that normal stuff that you want to try to pack in before you go work all day.
Yeah.
So, and then, you know, I knew I was going to walk to the convention center. It's only a mile and a half away, but again, a leisurely walk, so maybe 45 minutes to get there, you know, give yourself an hour.
Yeah.
So perfect timing, bam, 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 I'm there at the booth maybe 20, 30 minutes before it opens, vacuum, straighten everything up, you know, reset for the day. Every morning, so I set my alarm for 7:30, every fucking morning, wake up 6:15, 6:20, 6:35, 6 o'clock.
Jesus.
And what do? You lay there, and I'm like, and you know, we're approaching 40. What do you do every morning when you wake up? I got to piss now, like right now. And then I'm up, and then I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to screw myself by getting back in bed. Because if I get back in bed and sleep for like an hour, it's going to be hell to get up.
And you're going to feel like shit.
Yeah, because guess what? Every morning, 6 o'clock, 6:15, bing, eyes wide open. I'm awake. But I've done that before where you might get up and take a piss, maybe get a little sip of water, get back in that bed and curl up, and you're like, oh, this is nice. You fall asleep, you know, 20 minutes before your alarm goes off. And then in that 20 minutes, somehow you travel to like this ancient void of sleep.
Yeah.
And you're like a fucking sarcophagus, and when your alarm goes off, you're just like,
like
you're like fucking Mum-Ra
you're
from
like,
the
I was
Thundercats.
totally fine before.
Yeah, and now you're like, I can't do it. I just can't get up.
I can't face the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that's exactly what it was. So I'm like, and I did that. I was like, well, you know, it's really early. Like I did the Google map. It's like, is anything open right now? No. Okay, they open at 7. Okay, I'll just lay down for just like a 10-minute little nap.
Yeah.
I did, and I jerked off and took a shower, and then went to a place to get coffee.
Yeah.
And went about my day. A lot of fucking walking.
Yeah.
But I met a lot of people. I also took a lot of Lyft rides because some things are just easier to lift to than like. You would think that people that states have their shit together as far as public transportation, and they don't.
Most don't.
So you're like, oh, cool. I can get there's a bus. I could take a bus from here to, let's say, the venue. Well, it takes about an hour and 30 minutes, even though it's like right there. Do I want to be on a bus for an hour and a half, or do I just take a $6 Lyft ride?
Yeah.
I'm just going to do that.
Yeah, of course.
They add up. Do you want to guess how much I spent entirely on the weekend?
On Lyft? Just Lyft alone?
Yeah, for Friday, Saturday. Yeah.
Like $30?
$200.
No way. Really?
So you know you can go on Lyft and you can go like your ride history.
Yeah.
And it tells you like the amount.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's like $9 here, $7 there? It adds up. So I'm adding them all up, and I get to the total. I'm like, that's like $140.
Wow.
I also tipped all these people too.
Sure.
So I'm like, well, let's average like a $5 tip each time. Yeah, that's probably about.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
A lot. And I was like, I could have just rented a car for that.
Absolutely.
But then you have to deal with picking up the car, dropping off the car,
Gassing it.
Yep. Finding a parking spot,
Yep.
places you go to.
There is something to be said. So I lifted to the airport when I was departing Oklahoma. It was early. I think I left the house at like 6 early. Had a really friendly, large bearded gentleman drive me. And, you know, I always sit in the back. I know we've talked about that before.
Oh, yeah, I'm a backseat boy.
I'm a backseat boy. I'm not sitting up front. Even, like, sometimes you'll walk up to the lift and they're, like, cleaning off the front seat.
I'm like, no need,
Or, like,
sir.
they're trying to pop the door for you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, no, I'm in the back.
I'm in the back.
I'm Miss Daisy. You're driving. All right?
You're doing it.
Don't talk to me. No. He was real friendly. We talked about stuff. Dropped me off. That was the only lift I took all weekend. Because my boss, graciously enough, gave me a ride home from the airport. I was going to lift home. But he's like, oh, I'll take you. It's no big deal. Because I live pretty close to the airport. And so he took me home. But yeah, I walked.
Yeah.
Or we did rent a car. We rented 2 cars, actually. That way, if people wanted to do their own thing, we'd have a couple options. But I caught a ride back to the hotel after the convention every day and then walked there every day. And really, I didn't do much else because we flew in the day before the show.
Right.
Work, flew out early Monday morning, yesterday. I got up at 4:45 a.m.
Yesterday?
Yesterday.
Whew.
And then did the flight home, got home, because we had a layover in San Francisco, and I got up at 4:45 a.m., got to the airport at around 6, and did all that, the car return, all that. Didn't get home until about 6 p.m. yesterday. So I was about 12 hours of travel. Well, 14 hours but from the time I woke up. Was beat. Luckily, I had today off, kind of a recoup day, optional day. I did a little work from home, caught up on some emails, shit like that. But dude, like all day today, I was just feeling it in my bones. I was like, dude, I'm getting a little old, man.
Yeah.
Like, it really wore on me, and I didn't even party. I just worked and like did a good job at what I did.
Yeah, we didn't party. Like usually it's like there's like you'll go to like a bar after the show, like after everything's done, they finish their meet and greet and all that shit. We'll go to like a bar or whatever. Didn't do it the first night because they had a 9 a.m. flight, so they had to be there like at 7. So like, nah, do it like tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We were at that venue the next night until 2. Like, and they had everyone had early flights again. I'm like, all right, well, let's just fucking go home, go to bed. Good hanging out, good people.
Yeah. Smell you later.
A couple of things I wanted to bring up about the trip.
Okay.
So, speaking of lifts, I started getting that thought in the back of my head. I'm like, you're spending a lot of money on lifts. Maybe do the lift share. Save a little coin.
I've never tried that.
It's great. So I got this lift share from my Airbnb to the venue. And a guy's in the car when I'm getting picked up, but he's about to be dropped off. So this guy gets out. So when I get in this Airbnb, this lift, the guy's bumping like Rick Ross. And I was like already frustrated. I got in a little late. And I'm like, all right, I kind of feel this. And then the dude next to me starts ruining it by talking about the TV show. What's the show where the lady owns a record label?
Mr. Belvedere.
Yes. Mr. Belvedere owns a record label in Atlanta.
I don't know.
Or whatever.
Empire?
Empire.
Okay.
And the driver and I are both like, I don't know. So that guy gets out and he's still just bumping hip hop like loudly.
Like on his phone?
Like through the
okay.
car.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, all right, I'm vibing to this. It's kind of cool. And then
could be worse.
He gets a notification that there's a pickup, because that's what happens when you do lift share.
Okay. So if you're on your way to your destination and somebody else is going that way.
Yeah. If they're going that same direction, they'll hop in,
yeah.
which is cool. It's fine. Not really taking any much time out of my trip.
Yeah. Cheaper.
Dings. He's like, he accepts the ride. No problem. Literally 10 seconds later, he gets a phone call and he puts it on speakerphone. He's like, hello? 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 Hello, I'm Michael. Hi, Michael. I guess I'm your Lyft driver? Yep. I'm outside. Are you coming?
What?
He's like, yeah, I'm on my way. I'll be there in just a little bit. Okay, thank you. And then he hangs up. And then like a couple of minutes later, the guy calls back.
I've never called a Lyft driver, by the way.
And this guy calls right back. Oh, I'm wearing a light blue jacket. Like describing himself.
Yeah.
And we get to this, like, it's a cool, like, art house theater. And we go to pick him up. And he calls again to wave at him to show him where he is.
Oh, my God.
And this sweet old man just comes up straight to the front seat.
Okay.
Sits right in that front seat. Starts talking to the driver. And the driver's cordial. I'm like, what movie did you see? 1917? He's like, oh, it's a movie about World War I. Yeah. And the driver's like, was it good? What'd you think? He's like, oh, I couldn't really follow it. I think I should go home and maybe Wikipedia it and see what the synopsis. Like, he was a sweet old man.
Yeah.
And then I could see him. He keeps like kind of looking back at me, and I kind of give him like a wave, like a hi. And then he just, like a fucking something out of like a sketch show. He staring at me, pulls the lever on the seat, and he just slides all the way down. Like, pop.
Yeah.
And he's, what's your story? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
The sweet old man started talking to me. And then he zips it back up. We're almost to where I'm getting dropped off before him. So he pulls his phone out and he calls what I'm assuming is his wife, and proceeds to spin a little tale. Oh, I'm just now walking out of the movie theater. Like telling her that I think he's planning on going somewhere else.
Right.
Before he goes home. It's the sweetest thing. Sweetest old man. I loved that part of the...
No, wait, were you still in the gay district? Because maybe...
No, this is a totally different area.
Maybe he was living a double life.
Maybe so. Who knows? Sweet old man. Another thing I want to talk about. So the first venue, there's an owner who... I've never seen this happen before, was just kind of up the ass of everyone there.
Mm-hmm.
Taller guy, glasses, well kept. You know Dan Johnson from the Speakeasy?
Yes.
His style
Legendary Dan Johnson.
Legendary Dan Johnson. His style, I can only describe it as Dan Johnson.
Okay. And would you explain that for our listener that might not know Dan
that's
Johnson?
Like a button-down dress shirt with some sort of design on it.
Kind of a florally print or
and the material might be a little silky.
Mm-hmm.
Collar's large.
Mm-hmm. Kind of 70s
70s
looking.
vibe.
Yeah, but modern.
The button's down to about the middle of the chest.
Mm-hmm. Would there be any necklaces,
Well,
perhaps?
there's a couple of necklaces on there. But as I'm talking to the guy, and I'm doing the up and down without giving him the up and down.
Yeah.
And I happen to notice on his shoes, his dress shoes,
Mm-hmm.
they're lace-up dress shoes. He had Kermit the Frog lace, those lace bow holders, those plastic things from when we were kids.
Oh.
I'm like, this grown adult man is wearing Kermit the Frog bow holders.
Are those the things where like it goes in the mouth of
Yeah.
Kermit? Yes, I haven't thought about those in like 20 years.
And that's our song was like, holy shit. I haven't thought about those in ages.
Yeah.
And this grown man, owner of a business, is wearing them. And it's made me crack up inside.
Kind of sweet.
It's pretty sweet.
Right?
Yeah.
You meet some interesting people, man.
You definitely do, man. I met a lot of interesting people. I did meet a fellow Blink 182 cover artist.
Nice.
I'm in the green room of the Orlando show, and this guy, I guess he's a friend of theirs. His band back in the day recorded with Mike. Mike has a recording studio, and he asked me about the pin on my jacket because it's the Tom DeLonge Signature Series Stratocaster.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, my buddy gave me that. We're in a band together, and he's like, yeah. He's like, what kind of band? I was like, we're the silly Blink 182 cover band.
Dude, that happened to me at NAMM like more than a few times. Because a lot of people came up to me at the booth and were like, Robby, what happened to your hair?
Because it was long as shit before.
It was very long last year. And I also got a couple of, hey man, you've lost some weight. You're looking good, which made me feel really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of, hey, you cut your hair. Like I was talking to a fella that works for Caitlin Bread Pedals.
Yeah.
And he did you cut your hair. And I was like, he's like, why'd you cut it? And I was like, if I told you, you'd probably laugh me out of the building, And he's like, no, tell me. So I told him, I was like, well, I'm in a Blink 182 tribute band with some friends, and I have to look the part of Mark. So I cut my hair off. And he's like, his eyes widened, and I thought, uh-oh, here it comes.
Yeah.
He was like, dude, Blink 182 is my favorite band of all time.
Yeah.
And he was like, text me next time you play a show, and I will fly out to come see you.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's in, man.
That's awesome.
He's in.
So this guy, he goes, dude, me too. I'm like, are you fucking joking with me? Like,
Right.
are you fucking with me?
Yeah.
He's like, no. And he pulled it up, and they've been doing it since 2009, 2007 or 2000. They've been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
They're called Going Away to College. They're from Orlando, Florida. He's like, we did the same thing, man. He's like, I bought the Hoppa Space, got the gear. Guitarist bought the DeLonge guitars. Like, we looked the part. You got to. Like, that's for sure.
Now, what did he do in the band?
He's the Hoppas.
Okay. And how was he? Because, I'm the Hoppus.
He's-
I'm the Hoppus around these parts.
He's a little shorter than me.
Okay.
But has the Hoppas hair.
Mhm. The
But
front-
his
the
hair's
front
like
spike?
blondish. So
Okay.
yeah, that
The turnip.
The
Yeah, I don't know
turnip.
what you
The
call
turnip.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was really cool. And his buddy that was with them was like, they were gushing over Blink-182 and how, like, we were talking about how, when we were kids, we always made fun of, like, dad bands.
Cover bands,
Cover
yeah.
bands. Like, and you get older, you're like, oh, no, it's just shit that I like doing.
It's
Fuck
fun.
it.
It's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
But it was cool meeting that guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met some real interesting characters as well. Nothing crazy like that, but I did get to run into a few people that I really admire. Well, degrees of admiration, I guess. But Saturday night, we're about to close up. It's like The show ended at 6 p.m. every night. It was like 5:50. And I'm in the booth. I'm doing something. I think I'm resetting some of the pedals for the next person to come up and try. And I hear this, yeah, it's pretty hot, yeah. And dude, the light bulb just went off over my head.
That could be one of two people.
Yeah.
Either Robert Keeley is drunk or it's...
I turn around and standing right behind me is Fat Mike of NoFX.
That's awesome.
Dude, and I was not expecting it because, when I think of NoFX, I think of punk rock. I think of Marshall amps or Mesa amps and like Les Pauls, Telecaster maybe. And oddly enough, no FX, no guitar effects.
Yeah, straight into the head.
Well, he was there with a couple like punk rock dudes and they were just walking around, whatever. And I heard him, and I knew it was him, man. I turned around, and there he was, and they had stopped right by the booth, and they weren't at our booth. They were like out in the little like walkway. And I turned around, and my first thought was, I got to get a pic.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be that guy. So I thought about it for just a split second. I had to devise a plan really quick because I didn't want to bug him. I didn't want to gush or anything.
Yeah, well, you got to plan out like what's my opening line?
My entrance. Yeah.
What do I say?
Exactly.
What do I say? I don't want to be that guy, but you don't want to say, hey, I don't want to be that guy.
Exactly.
Because now you're being that guy.
Yeah. So he's just kind of like looking around, like getting his bearings. And I walk up to him and I'm like, hey, Mike. And he turns around and he's like, what's up? And I was like, hey, dude, I don't want to bug you, but can I get a quick pic with you, man? I've been a fan of yours since I was in high school. And I could tell, Fat Mike's, I think he's kind of known for being an asshole.
Yeah.
And I could tell, I got the photo. I put it on my Instagram, at Robby R. Harris, if you want to see it. I could tell he didn't really want to do it.
Yeah.
But it was kind of one of those like, all right, And I handed my phone to another punk rock dude. And luckily I already had my camera app up. I was ready to go. I had the live mode off. I wasn't stammering with my phone. Like, hold on, oh shit, hold on. Like, I was trying to get in and out. And he's like, what do you play? And I was like, oddly enough, I play bass in a Blink-182 tribute band. And as soon as I said that, the guy snapped the picture. And if you look at the picture on Instagram, at Robby R. Harris, you can see it in his eyes.
Like, wow.
Yeah, like, oh, okay. And I just thought it was funny because I know he's kind of tight with Travis.
Yeah.
They also have songs that I believe the lyrics are fuck fans of Blink-182.
Well, him and Matt Skiba are really tight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm sure it's a fun little love-hate relationship.
Sure.
But it was so funny because it was captured at the perfect moment, and I was so happy. And I got the photo, and as soon as the guy snapped the photo, he handed me my phone. I go, all right, man, thanks. And I patted him on the back, and I walked away. I wasn't going to sit there and be like, so what are you guys working on?
Yeah.
Hey, what's the next album called? Can I be in the liner notes? Nothing like that.
Yeah.
It was quick, in and out, just wanted the photo. Peace, dude.
Yeah.
And when I said bye, he was just kind of like, and just walked off. And I was like, okay, whatever. But I got to meet a bunch of people. I got to meet Ola England, YouTuber, guy I've watched countless hours of. I got to meet, several people. Another guy named Kyle Rasmussen from Vitriol, one of my favorite death metal bands.
On your post, I knew one person. I didn't know the other people. I don't know who these people are.
Yeah. Well, and then one of our artists at Keeley is, her name is Celise, and she plays guitar for Lizzo.
Okay, what is Lizzo?
Lizzo, you never heard Lizzo?
I've seen her. I've heard of her. Yeah. I don't know what she does.
You never heard? Blame it on my juice, baby. Blame it on my juice.
Oh, she's a singer.
Ain't my fault that I'm out here getting loose. Yeah, she's a huge singer.
Okay.
Literally and figuratively. She's body positive. She's a huge star right now. She was on SNL last season. She's like headlining festivals.
Okay.
She blew up last year.
Okay.
Huge.
I'm an old man. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I went to an MXPX and 5-iron.
Right. Exactly.
I flew to an MXPX. You know what I mean?
I know who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Here. No, she Lizzo's huge. Celise is her guitarist, like her touring guitarist, and she's a Keeley artist. So she came by the booth, and I got to get a picture with her. She's so sweet. And what's really cool is like she told us, she was like, "You guys believed in me before any of this stuff happened in the last couple years, so I'm sticking with you guys."
Nice.
Like, she uses several of our pedals on her board. She's the sweetest gal, so sweet, and she fucking rips the guitar. So good, so good. But yeah, I got to get my silly photos and stuff, whatever. But yeah, it was kind of cool to meet Fat Mike because I've seen NoFX probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, and I've never thought about meeting the guy, and it was just so funny that when I heard his voice, it was just like a light switch in the back of my head, like, that's Fat Mike. Yeah. Turn around. There he is, blue hair, leather jacket.
Yeah.
Hooray.
There, like, yeah. Well, I was surprised that he wasn't wearing a dress.
Me too. And, you know, I got a comment on the Instagram post from our friend Matt Jewett, and he was like, yeah, he's not looking so good. I think it might have just been the face he was making because he kind of cocked his head back and was like, when I told him the blink thing, which I totally wanted to do that.
Right.
But he actually looked pretty good, and he actually, like, surprisingly, he smelled wonderful.
One thing is, like,
I don't know what it was, but he smelled great.
He's 52. He didn't start drinking or doing drugs until he was, like, what, 30 something, like in his late 30s.
Okay.
So I mean, he packed all that stuff into like 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for what he's done, he looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Backstage Passport. I know the shit that he did to himself. Like,
Totally.
He looks great.
Yeah.
I wish. I mean, I don't want to look like. Yeah. I hope that I'm as healthy and vibrant and can still play punk rock music in 20 years. You know what I mean?
Still be doing our Blink shit, right?
Oh, you know it. So that's the thing. He was that Blink guy was like, hey, I want to book you guys an Orlando show. I'm like, you gonna pay for it? Fly us out there? I'll do it, but I'm not gonna. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was saying,
if we could break even,
like
I don't care about making money. If we could somehow make enough money to pay for our plane tickets and I guess getting our gear out, we might have to drive.
Yeah.
Because if you're taking gear.
What he was saying is they started the same way we did, like just a one-off thing as a goof, and then it was extremely popular. People asked him to play another, they played another one. Just kept playing more and more because they kept getting asked to play. And, you know, we basically came to the same conclusion, or we had the same thought of, like, you know, it's nostalgia mixed with what's the word? Oh, he had a really good word for it. But it's nostalgia based, but it's also familiarity.
Right.
You know, like you know it. It's easy. It's fun. That was the beauty of that band, was that it's just fun. And the beauty of MX, PX, and 5-Iron and pop punk. And things like it's just fun.
Well, I feel like it's that perfect time right now. And I think the same goes for like the actual bands themselves. It's like it's that perfect amount of time where it is very nostalgic. So that's comforting. And it's like, yeah, they still got it. That's great. Good for them.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's still fun. And that's what it's all about, you know?
Yeah.
That's super cool. I mean, you know, we played that show with Tweezer and Danny, who works at Keeley with us, who I was kind of like buddied up with for most of the show.
He's your partner.
My partner in crime. But we're talking about like doing a little run. Like, let's do a weekend of like 3 dates, like Tweezer and Blink 405 together.
It'd be fun.
Those bands just kind of go together. Like if you were a fan of, and I'm not talking like hardcore fan, but if you liked Blink back in the 90s or early 2000s, then you probably liked Weezer too. It's a nice mashup. The bands go well together. We're friends. Why not? Let's do like a little Lawrence and Dallas, and you know, I ain't trying to buy the van here. No. We're gonna rent the van.
No,
we're renting the van.
We'll rent the van for a very economical price.
Yes.
Do a Lawrence, Dallas, maybe Austin, back up.
Maybe Denton.
I've heard Denton's great.
Yeah.
Don't know a whole lot about it.
Maybe Tulsa.
Tulsa would be fun.
I don't know.
Yeah, man. So it was a fun trip. So you flew first class, right?
Yep.
So on my way back, I decided. So here's what makes Spirit Airlines so cheap. The seats are really shitty.
Okay.
And you get nothing for free. You have to pay for everything. So like
not even like a water?
$3 for a bottle of water. But beer is like $6. Or a mixed drink is like $6. But the bottled water is the same cost of Coca-Cola, juices, whatever.
Anything wet.
Anything wet to wet your whistle.
Right.
So I did those 2 other flights, and I'm like, man. So the last trip back. Oh, and you pick your seat. So,
interesting.
So you can get on there, and that it has a map of the plane. And like you can pick what seat you want to do. So for the ride home, I foolishly thought, when I booked it originally, I'll just get one on the back of the plane. It's fine. Not realizing that it lands at 8 and that show starts later. So I was like, on my way to the airport in my Lyft, nice lady took me to the airport. Lovely lady. So I get on my app. I'm like, can I upgrade my two? They have a thing in the front called the big front seat. And there's 4. There's 2 on each side. There's 2 rows of 2.
Okay.
And there was one available. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to upgrade for $20 Just
Why
big
not?
front seat.
Yeah.
And I was reading reviews. Apparently, it's like sitting in first class.
Yeah, it's their
except-
version of first class.
But you don't get the amenities of like.
you just
free-
get the leg room.
I did get a free coffee, but when I got there and sat in the seat, I had enough room in my seat to where I sat Native American style in my seat. It and like a shit ton of leg room. Like,
Wow.
It was super comfy, and I had the thought of, okay, so if this is a glimpse of what first class is like, next time I fly, I'm going to get a first class ticket.
Do it, man. You know, I've never bought a first class ticket. I've been lucky enough to fly first class maybe 3 times in my life. It is nice, man. Like, but what's funny is on the way home, I was so tired, you know, getting up so early,
Right.
walking all those miles every day, tearing down the booth the night before and packing everything up. I mean, we did it so efficiently and so well, but it's still a lot of work. I slept
rigorous.
most of the long leg of the flight home, so I missed out on like a badass first class meal. And it looked, Rob showed me a picture of it. It looked delicious, and I was laying there, mouth agape, staring
out.
at the sky, just asleep.
I would assume most people, I don't want to say waste their first class ticket, but they don't really get to fully enjoy the benefits because they usually sleep on it or whatever. But yeah, man, I would.
The leg room's nice though. You just kick back. The seats recline a little bit more than in, you know, coach economy. So it is nice. And yeah, the seats are wider. You just like you have a little more space. And you don't feel so. Now I'm not a huge guy, so like if I fly coach, like it doesn't really bother me. But having that extra leg room, man, is like, mwah,
Oh,
beautiful,
it's the best.
Beautiful.
It's the best. Yeah. So then met some friends of ours, previous guests, Don't Make Ghosts. They were playing a show in Dallas, and I met them there. And so my plane was landing late, so I got enough time. I booked it to the airport, or booked from the airport to the hotel to get checked in. And that was my $32 Lyft ride. $32.
Dang.
But the guy kept taking these weird routes and like fucking it all up. They refunded it.
Did they really?
Yeah, because this dude just kept going way out of the way. Checked in, took a shit, was gonna take. So Texas has these scooters you can rent. They probably have them in California too. That are actual like scooters.
Yeah, not like a Lime or a Bird. They're like actual like gas powered scooters.
I was gonna take a bus to their thing, so I'm tired of fucking paying Lyft. And I ran right into one of these scooters. I saw some kid riding one. I was like, that's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get one of those and ride that to the venue.
Yeah.
I get it. Do all the things you gotta do. Download the app. Do all that shit. Hop on it. Like, all right, let's do this shit. And I have maps on to my headphones, directing me.
Oh, like telling you where to
Yeah.
go? Ooh, that's
I'm like, all right,
cyberpunk.
I'm going. I'm ripping through. And there's so much construction going on, and they're building a new, I guess, dart line or whatever, that it's sending me all weird places. And then I realized it literally took me in one giant circle back to my original spot. I'm like, man, fuck this.
Yeah.
So I pull my phone out, stop the ride, $5.50. Like, to drive in a circle?
Yeah.
Cool.
Whack. Yeah.
And I get a Lyft ride. Got a Lyft ride to the venue, which we didn't see initially because it's a shithole. They played it a shithole.
Okay.
So I watched your friends play, blah, blah, blah. They killed it, as they always do. They're fucking great. Yeah, think about the diviest bar you've ever been to in your life. Like, the diviest.
Okay.
And then assume that bar didn't have a proper liquor license or that it was run illegally. And then times the shittiness by like 10.
It was that bad?
It was really bad. But the band, like the band that played after them was really cool. They're called Big Useless Brain. They're from Dallas. They sounded exactly like So Long and Thanks for All the Shoes era No Effects.
That's awesome.
Tight harmonies. Everything was great.
Fat beat?
Fat beat, all of it.
Awesome.
The band that played before them was kids, like maybe early 20s. Didn't wear shoes.
Ooh, that's a no-no.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like people who don't wear shoes.
Nope. I don't want toe cheese on my pedals.
No.
Yuck.
So we finish that. They get done, and we're like, let's just get the fuck out of here. Let's go back to the hotel. Maybe get some food. Order a pizza.
Yeah.
Well, we're all tired because they did a weekend tour too. So we're all just like, ugh, let's just fuck it.
Let's just fuck.
Let's
Let's
just
just go back and throw our dicks in each
So
other.
they start saying this. They keep saying the word butthole and then other words with each other. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? And Dirk goes, oh, we do this game. It's a game where you either say a movie title or a song title, and you change one of the words out for butthole.
Dude, Fat Bison Matt, Colin,
Yeah.
and I play that exact same game.
So we're laying.
I'll give you a few. You go first.
Okay. Well, hold on. We're laying in bed, lights out because the TV doesn't work because that's how.
Oh, nice.
Dude, I was so upset with that room. Anyways, so we're laying there. We're all just like doing it, like Saving Private Butthole, blah, blah, blah. And it's quiet, and you think, okay, this is when we all go. Like when I had that thought of like being a kid when you have all your friends over.
Yeah.
You're giggling and like, okay, maybe we're all going to sleep now.
Yeah.
It's quiet. It's quiet. And then Jesse Smith, former previous boys guest, says, what's eating Gilbert's butthole? In that Jesse voice.
Yeah.
And we all just crack up.
That's awesome.
Dude, it was so much fun. We did the whole way home, It was fun.
One of our favorites, because we did the exact same game. It was usually with band names.
Yeah.
My favorite was always 9-inch Butthole. I don't know. It just has a ring to it, and I'm talking O-ring.
It's a good one, like limp butthole.
Yes. It's so great. And then sometimes we would just say, what would we say? Like, it would be so stupid. We'd be like, David Bowie butthole. Like it would devolve into like the stupidest shit.
Just saying the dumb thing. And just like that.
Flaming buttholes was the other one.
Oh, boy.
Oh, it's a fun game. Try it out with your friends.
Yeah, it's really, it makes you feel like a kid again. It made me feel like I was like 12.
Yeah.
Like at a friend's house, sleeping over with a bunch of friends. It was so much fun. Those guys are a lot of fun. And I hitched a ride with them back up to the old OKC.
And now we're here. And now we got to go.
Oh my God, we got to go.
I know. I got to get back into the swing of things tomorrow. I'm back to work tomorrow.
Short week though. What's that? 2 days?
Yeah, 2 days. Yeah, but I did work for 8 days straight. So
that's true.
It's a good trade-off. I'd like to thank you guys for listening. Really appreciate it. And we have new Blink 405 information that we'll talk about maybe next week.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
And we're going to have some guests coming up, some exciting things going on for boys. So close to moving into our new studio.
We'll get there.
Hopefully start the video podcast sooner than later. But until next time, America, we'll see you next week.
Bye.